Imagine you get home from your 9 to 5, eat dinner, and immediately open your laptop. You grind until 2 a.m. every single night. In 2026, everyone tells you to start a side hustle. AI tools and website builders made it perfectly free to launch a business. But because the barrier to entry is zero, you are competing against literally everyone on Earth. That saturation breaks the basic rule of work. You think working harder means making more money. But when 10,000 people launch the exact same print-on-demand store on the exact same day, your individual effort stops mattering. You don't have a business, you have a poorly managed job. Look at this chart. The red line is the number of people starting side hustles. It is skyrocketing. But this flat, pathetic gray line at the bottom, that is the median net profit. It is actually going down. Most people are completely blind to this math. Without a strict mathematical advantage, you are actively trading the few hours of premium recovery time you get each day for a return that wouldn't even cover minimum wage. Let's strip away the vanity screenshots you see on Instagram. The only real number that dictates if a side hustle is actually worth your time is your actual hourly rate. Influencers love to flash $10,000 in gross revenue. They conveniently forget to mention the Shopify fees, the software subscriptions, and the Facebook ad costs that ate $9,000 of it. Here is the formula. Take gross revenue, subtract expenses, and divide by total hours invested. Let's plug in numbers. 1,000 in sales minus 800 in costs. You worked 80 hours. Your actual hourly rate is $2.14. These low-yield hustles cannibalize your primary career. Every hour spent grinding for $2 is an hour stolen from the performance needed to secure a high-value promotion at your 9 to 5. Building wealth requires you to be ruthless with this calculation. Audit your input-to-outcome ratio right now. If your side hustle pays less than an entry-level fast food job, shut it down immediately. This brings us to what I call trap hustles. These are the highly scalable, passive income myths constantly pitched to beginners with false promises of low effort. Models like dropshipping or automated YouTube channels demand massive upfront sunk costs. You have to burn through thousands of dollars in ads or expensive video editors before you ever see a single dollar of profit. This matrix strips away the lifestyle marketing. We are evaluating these popular hustles strictly on upfront time, hidden costs, and realistic profit margin. Look at dropshipping and YouTube automation. The hidden costs are extreme. Sinking 20 hours a week into these unvalidated models guarantees you will lose money because beginner conversion rates are near zero. Then there is the exact opposite extreme, the gig economy, driving for Uber or delivering food. The hidden costs are lower, but your margins are strictly capped by the hours in a day. You trade hours directly for pennies. Gig work gives you cash right now, but it offers zero leverage. You are not building a sustainable asset, and you are acquiring zero rare skills. The high-risk scalable trap bleeds your bank account. The low-leverage gig trap bleeds your time. Both lead directly to burnout rather than financial freedom. Stop grinding blindly. Force the market to prove they want your service before you even build the product. This is the validate before building framework. The rule is simple. You spend $0 until a client financially commits. Amateurs love to spend 6 months quietly building a website, designing flashy logos, printing business cards. It feels comfortable. What feels incredibly uncomfortable is asking a stranger for payment on day one. You have to face that immediate market rejection. Rejection is your ultimate defense mechanism. If 10 people say no to your pitch, you just saved yourself 6 months of wasted time and capital. True operators use that rejection as a hard data point to pivot quickly. Amateurs use busy work to hide from the reality that nobody wants what they are selling. So what actually works in 2026? The winning side hustles are boring, highly localized, specialized B2B services. We can map this out. This chart measures the difficulty of setup and required skill against your actual probability of turning a profit. Here's where the passive income myths sit. Low skill required, which means high competition, resulting in an incredibly low probability of making money. Up here in the top right is the sweet spot. High skill, high probability. These are specialized B2B services. Think local lead generation, technical SEO consulting, or specialized bookkeeping. When you apply 2026 AI tools to these unglamorous fulfillment tasks, the math changes completely. A single operator can now deliver agency-level output in a fraction of the time. You charge premium business rates, but use AI to compress the fulfillment hours. To hit high probability profit, you must abandon the fantasy of effortless scale. Accept the reality that you have to sit down and acquire a specialized skill that other businesses are willing to pay for. The viability of your specific side hustle depends entirely on one brutal fact. You either have excess time or you have excess capital. You rarely have both. This flowchart routes you to the correct operational strategy. It starts with defining your primary goal and your current constraints. If you have a solid career but zero free time, you are a time-poor optimizer. You must protect your main career at all costs. Your only viable path is high ROI specialized freelance consulting in your current industry. If you are starting with zero capital but have free evenings, you are the eager beginner. You have to trade sweat equity in service-based hustles to learn high-income skills. If you are currently running a hustle that is bleeding money, you are a burned-out grinder. You need an immediate ROI audit. Calculate your actual hourly rate today and be prepared to pivot or shut it down completely. Once you hit profit, there is a final integration step. Do not use side hustle money to inflate your lifestyle. Funnel every single dollar of that micro-business profit directly into long-term investments. This strategy transforms your extra hours into a compounding wealth system. You stop trading fragmented labor for pocket change and start building a scalable financial engine. The brutal truth about 2026 is that successful side hustles are solved with objective math. They're not built on motivational quotes and late-night grinding. Think about the compound cost of ignoring this. If you spend 2 years grinding on a saturated, unvalidated idea, you aren't just losing sleep. You are permanently losing the capital and the time you could have spent building real wealth. Here is your direct challenge. Before you go to sleep tonight, calculate your exact actual hourly rate. Write down every expense and every single hour spent. True financial leverage comes from optimizing for reality, not fantasy. Do the math. Let me know your actual hourly rate down in the comments, and subscribe if you want to stop wasting time and start building real wealth.